Now today I'm going to explain you what we learn in our pole beginner class. So for students who really come first time to try, and I want you to see what it is about and that you don't really need to bring specific skills, dancing or fitness skills that really you need to be able to start with pole dancing. Also, I am wearing normal leggings, normal t-shirts, so there's no need to be in shorts or expose your skin if you don't want to. Also, this kind of sport is suitable for everyone, and I always say that you build the strength, the coordination, and just the wanting to try and continue with the pole as you go. So we always encourage to take at least 4 classes before you decide if it's something for you. So today I'm going to show you really basic moves that we do, and I'm hoping that's going to inspire you to pick up and learn pole, either at the studio or if you take any online classes too. So I have a pole behind me. This is a 45mm X pole. It is provided by a company that's quite known, and it's installed in the ceiling and on the floor, so it's quite stable. It is at the static, so it does not move and doesn't spin. Any beginner classes we teach, they're usually on a static pole. So here are the basic moves that I will show you that we normally teach. So we do start with a pole walk. We do 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Normally when you start with a pole, your hand will be nice and high up, and you do 4 steps. If you can imagine a clock, 12, 3, a 6, and a 9. And I always start with the inside leg. The inside leg is usually the leg that's close to the pole. And I'm standing on my left-hand side. I'll go quite nice and high, grab with the top hand, and I keep a little bit of distance. So I'll just do 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then if I want to go in the other direction, I will swap my hands, and I will go in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then I usually teach a very basic move that's really relevant for all other moves, and it's called a dip. And a dip is kind of an initiation of the move that helps you to come around the pole, and it's a base for any other modifications, if that makes sense. So the dip looks like this. Step. It's also called the step around, so it depends where you're learning pole. Sometimes they call it a dip, sometimes they call it step around, so it depends on the country and the school where the instructors have been taught. So the dip works like that. So I'm going to bring my hand nice and high up, and I'm going to step with my inside leg again. So I'm going to step in front where the clock is 12. It's really important that you keep the distance away from the pole. So my left hand on this side kind of goes across my chest and grabs the pole. Really, the both hands is important because you can create the space and you don't collapse in the pole. A lot of beginners kind of start with the hand nice and low, which doesn't really create that additional kind of dip that we're doing and the movement. So I always remind them to keep the hand nice and high and then grab across your chest to support yourself. Now with the inside leg, I will step and I'm going to make a slight bend, and my outside leg is going to make a big circle. And it's a movement where we kind of step, do a little sit, and come back up. So I will step with my inside leg. I'm going to hold on with both hands. I'm going to put the weight on my inside leg, and I'm going to swing with the outside leg and make a circle. Now this is kind of really common for students where they get confused because they do have to step around the pole, and that's what's called a step around. So as you can see, I started with my inside leg in front, and I land with my outside leg in front too. Once they touch each other, I'll put the weight on my left, and I'm going to pull up. I do need to use my hands to pull up. My top hand sometimes slides a little bit down. So one more time, I'm going to step forward with my inside leg. I'm going to bend. I'm going to try to keep distance away from the pole as well, because it really creates a little momentum. And if I want to be perfect in that move, I'm trying to draw a big circle with my outside leg. So I'm going to go, look forward. My knee is going to be looking at the pole at this time. I'm going to be pivoting. And I'm going to keep circling around until I see where my feet touch. Once I see they touch, I'm going to put the weight on my left, and I'm going to pull myself up. So there's also a change weight from the right leg to the left, from the inside leg to the outside leg. One more time. Step and up. So this would be the first move that everyone learns and they were like, wow, it's amazing. And we don't go forward, we don't necessarily climb, we don't really get attached to the pole, we're just making a nice round circle. It would be the same on the left-hand side. If, let's say, I would be on my right, I would start with my left arm, and it would be the exactly opposite. Step, and up. So from here, I'm gonna also teach students a pirouette. A pirouette is a really basic move that we use in all the dancing. Helps to move around the pole, but it is a little bit technical. It looks like this. Step, turn, and turn. It's a pirouette. And you can do multiple pirouettes around the pole, and you can also change it in different directions. So if I would go with my left hand, step, step, around, my shoulder is a bit tight. On my left hand side, pirouettes, and step around. The way the pirouette works, it's a really coordination between your hands and your feet. If you watch my feet here, I will step with my right, left. I cross my feet and they're sort of facing, or they're in front of the pole. And all I'm doing is I am going to turn towards the pole, look at the pole, and I'm not moving my feet. And I keep changing. My feet are now crossed, and I'm gonna put my weight down for now and just end up here. So it is the pivoting, rotating together. Pivoting, rotating together. My hands help me to stay balanced and to also make it a little bit more prettier. So my top hand here, my thumb will not be in front of the pole, but it will be just behind. My left hand, like a plate, it's gonna rotate in. It's gonna help me to support, to rotate underneath my armpit and to keep my hands attached. So I'm gonna do right, left. My hand is gonna rotate in, touch the pole. My top hand is just behind the pole, and if you watch my top hand, I'm kind of rotating it to help myself to come around. So from the back, it looks like this. Right, left, all the fingers behind the pole. My left hand is gonna touch, rotate, and come out. So these are the three basic moves for a beginner pole. We do spend a little bit of time over 4 weeks, and we kind of have a combination of different tricks that we teach. So I can show you how it looks together for the first three. So it'll be 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, a dip. I can do 4 steps again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pirouette. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I do have some videos on my channel if you would like to really learn each of the tricks. I have them individually as lessons, and so if you'd like to follow them, check them out. And if you have any questions, please place comments below. Thank you.